All right. Hello, my lovely Aries. How are you? How are you really? I hope all is well with the lovely magical beings. We're going to go ahead and dive into you guys' messages and advice from Spirit, okay? Let's see what's going on with the lovelies. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so that came out sideways. So I'm going to leave it just like that. It's more so downwards, but I'm going to leave it sideways how it is. Okay. We got this Hermit card sideways. And the Chariot in reverse. Some of y'all could be playing peekaboo with people. Okay. 1 minute. You may be, just hurting my mind, like zoned out. A lot of you guys could be thinking about a lot. Okay. Thinking about which move you're going to take. Okay. Thinking about what to say. Okay. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Swords. For a lot of you Aries, you could feel overburdened, overwhelmed. You may feel as if you're giving too much to a situation, so that may be why you may be wanting to step back a little bit. Like if this is on a job, you could feel like you're working too much, okay? And this Five of Swords, y'all actually pulled it on y'all's last reading. And I remember talking to y'all about like this guy, you can tell he defeated the people behind him by what he just did or said. And it's like he has this smirk on his face. And I feel like Aries, for a lot of you guys, you may be withholding from, yeah, it's like a repeat. Goodness. Yes, y'all's energy is repeating, Aries. You could be wanting to kind of withdraw your energy from people or things or situations that you just heard in my mind, like no return. And when you do get something in return, it's like drama or conflict or not enough pay or, you know. So let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, we got the Six of Swords. Yeah, Aries. Whatever this is, Aries, I feel like your energy is pulling you towards calmer waters. It's like your spirit is screaming out like, please take me somewhere else. You know, but yeah. Now I just keep getting with this Four of Pentacles. I feel like Aries, if your intuition is telling you, you know, and it's crazy because a lot of times most people don't know what their intuition is telling them, you know, and that's why I always advise people to like keep checking in with how you feel. You know, if you get around a person and you feel drained and it feels overwhelming and you just want to be left alone, your spirit is telling you you want to be alone. Like how you feel, that is your intuition. Or a lot of times we confuse our emotions with our intuition. And honestly, you know, something I learned about the word emotion, once again, it's motion, and the motion is caused by some type of disturbance, some type of, just imagine water. Oh, wow. And you do have water on your card, okay? If a body of water was to form a ripple or a circle or a wave, that means there's some type of wind that's blowing it, okay? For every, oh wow, and I listened to a video like that last night. It said for every action, there's a reaction. So Aries, if your reaction to something is, I just want to be left alone, I just want some space, I don't want to be around this no more, that's your reaction, that's your intuition. And it's like each time our intuition tells us something, it's like it pokes our spirit. Like imagine our spirit being a body of water, okay? And spirit, our intuition, each time it has something to tell us, it pokes, it pokes our spirit, our water. So when that flow comes in, which is emotion, that means something has happened. Something is triggering this movement, something is triggering this emotion, and spirit is like letting us know something by like whatever reaction we have, that spirit telling us what we should do about this situation, you know? Like, you ever been around somebody and like their energy is like so good and it's like you just want to spend time with them, you know? That's spirit letting you know, like, that's good vibes, you know? If you feel drawn to that person, okay. But if you get around a person or if you're on a job and it's like you just don't feel settled, you feel irritated, agitated, overwhelmed, anxious, nervous, you don't know what's gonna happen next, walking on eggshells, the energy is heavy, it's tense, you don't know when an argument about to pop off, you know, to each his own. But me personally, I don't like to be around that type of energy. I don't like to feel like that. Like, I always go by how I feel, you know. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like it's time to leave, if you feel like this ain't a safe environment, if you feel like you're giving too much, if you feel unappreciated, you probably are Aries, you know. But I think a lot of times we try to downplay our emotions and our feelings. We're just like, oh, it's okay. It's just a moment, you know. So we stay in it. Then we feel that emotion again. And like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And we feel it again, and it just keeps happening, you know, until we decide on if we're going to keep going back to get, you know, in that stormy water, or if we're going to go to the calmer waters. And I feel like y'all's energy, especially with the Six of Swords, because on the right side of his, on their boat is turbulent water, okay? It's ripples in that water. It's not calm waters, okay? But on the left side, where he's looking, like his intention, his eyes, his head is facing towards the calmer waters. And Aries, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you just want to be, I just heard in my mind, alone, especially with this Hermit card. You know, my Hermit card is about spending time alone, getting away from the crowd, you know. And also on the Six of Swords cards, it's a man, a woman, and a child, and they have some type of bag right here, you know. And I feel like Aries, okay, it's 3 people on that card, it's 3 people on this card too. I feel like Aries, for a lot of you guys, you may want your peace, but it's like you may want other people to come with you. And something I've learned is that we can't make people we can't make people's frequencies and their energies change, you know. If we I just heard in my mind, like, I want peace, you know. But it's like, Aries, for you to have peace, the people around you, they have to be on peaceful things too. But if you're around, even at your job, if on your job it's nothing but conflict and, you know, you know. But I feel like, especially with this Four of Pentacles, for a lot of you guys, it may be something about your comfort zone here. I don't know why I keep getting a visualization of a little puppy. Every time I do y'all's reading, this is my 3rd time getting a visualization of a puppy. That it just wants to be welcome. It, you know, like puppies, they don't really get to pick their owners, you know. And it's like when they get home, that's when they figure out what type of owner they have. But the thing is, you know, we have an option to walk out of situations that make us feel this way, you know. We have an option to go to the calmer waters. But it's like, this Hermit card is like, yeah, I do want to get away from the chaos, but I also kind of don't want to be alone, you know. Or I kind of don't want to sacrifice this job, or I also kind of don't want to, it's just something about, I don't want to let go of something. I don't want to stop investing into something, you know. And I feel like, Aries, for a lot of you guys, it's like there's a battle between your inner peace and continuing to be on a job or with somebody who there's a lot of conflict with. Or even if this is like friends, okay, or family. You may find that when you're alone, it's very peaceful. But when you get around family or your friends, it may be conflict, drama, gossiping, things of that nature. And you may say to yourself, like, really don't want to be around this. Like, oh, I just heard in my mind, it ain't that I hurt, what is it? I don't hate the person, I just hate the sin. That may hit home for a lot of y'all. So where it's not so much that you want to get away from these people, it's just you want to get away from the conflict, the drama, the fighting. And it's just now making sense. Like, it's just now making sense to me in y'all's readings. You know, I feel like, especially with this Four of Pentacles, Aries, you want to invest into this job, this connection, relationship, or marriage. But it's like your mind is on peace. Your mind is on resolutions and calmness. But it's like the reality is not matching that at all. Your reality is not matching that. I just heard in my mind, I tried to fix it. Okay. Wow. I'm going to see if there's anything else here, Aries. But no, Aries, we can't change people, and I have the proof. You know, I can't tell you how many times it's been like even like old friendships and different things of that nature, to where, you know, like we just we can't make people be on the same page as us, Aries. Yeah. Like, let's say, for instance, right now, I'm basically a vegan. I didn't even try to be a vegan, but I found out I'm a vegan, y'all. But just imagine me being around other people who, if they eat like a lot of meat, things of that nature, and I'm just like, oh, I just want to be by myself so I can, you know, eat healthy and not be persuaded by other people to eat unhealthy or whatever. But it's like still going around those people and expecting them to eat healthy and things of that nature. You know, like we can't change people, Aries. You know, we can't change their beliefs. We can't change their, and even if we're coming from a very genuine place, Aries, especially with this Six of Swords, this Five of Swords, Aries, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're trying to get on the same page with people, or you're wanting them to get on the same page as you. You want peace to be brought to your job where you are. You want peace to be brought in your relationship, your marriage, your friendship dynamic, or your family environment. But the thing is, Aries, we can't make people be at peace within themselves. We can't, you know. So it's like, are you gonna accept the person with the drama, the conflict, or are you gonna fight in, or are you gonna choose yourself? Although it means maybe having to go without this person or these people or this job, you know, it's just something about your peace here is at stake. You know, it's like a battle between your peace or love, peace or love. You know, it's like I could be at peace by myself and get away from this job, relationship, marriage, but I love this job. I love this person. You know, something like that. But I'm gonna see, and you know what, Aries? Before I did y'all's reading, I actually pulled my own energy, and it was very similar to this. You know, whenever we avoid moving forward because our heart is still in the past, or is still somewhere else. But where our heart is also conflict, drama, hurt, sorrow, betrayal, grief, you know. And it's just like, what do we do in that situation? And that's crazy. Oh, wow. Because at the bottom of this deck, I actually have the Three of Swords, and that's my grief, sorrow, disappointment, hurt, and betrayal card. You know, I feel like, Aries, whatever you guys are trying to fix, it negatively impacts you, you know, but that's where your heart is. And I actually think, and I don't know if it was Pisces reading or y'all's reading, where I was like, yes, this heart has daggers in it, but there's still a heart in this picture. You know, it's like I can't take my heart back from this person or from these people or from my job, but it hurts. You know, it hurts. It's kind of like loving a person and wanting to be around them, but every time you get around them, you walk away hurt. You walk away with your feelings hurt. You walk away crying. And with this Hermit card, it's like, you know what? Maybe I should just be done and just focus on myself or just move on to calmer waters. But then we get hit with this Chariot in reverse, like, but my heart is still over here, though. My heart is still over there on this job, you know? So, yeah. Let's see if there's anything else, Aries. But just know I completely understand. But the message and advice that came from Spirit to me in my reading was about pouring into self. Because in my reading, I actually pulled the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. And that's about like being kind of overwhelmed and overthinking, like, which cup should I pour into? Which cup should I accept? Or which path, you know? And with the Temperance card, it's just like, I looked at the graphics on the Temperance card, and it was a woman. She had 2 cups in her hands, and she was pouring from one cup to the other one. It's just like, look, I pour into my own fucking cup. And that tickled me because that's so my energy, you know. If I'm around people, like, and I did not used to be like this. Like, you can ask my family, like, I used to not be like this, you know. And like now, if I'm around people, or even if it's romantically, if I'm getting bad vibes, I'm feeling unwanted, I'm feeling unappreciated, you ain't got to worry about me. I disappear. I pour into my own damn cup. Like, that's who I am now. Like, I don't care about fallouts and arguments and disagreements. You know, I used to care about, I want to be on good terms with you, I don't want to let you go, things of that nature. Like, I used to feel like that. But it's like now, it's like, I would much rather pour into my own cup, because I know what's going to be served. I know that it's genuine, it's pure, it ain't no drama, it's real, it's solid, it's a substance, it got nutrients in it. My shit is real, you know? So I don't mind pouring into myself, because I know what I'm about, you feel me? But we can't always control what other people try to pour into our cups. We can't control that. And that's what I was talking to Pisces about in their readings. It's like, we don't always get to determine what's being served at the table, but we ain't got to eat what's being served. Once again, I'm a vegan. I didn't try to be a vegan. Really, it's from my health problems. You know, when I try to eat heavy meat, I get really constipated, like really bad. And it really hurts my stomach and makes me sick. But you know, imagine me being a vegan and the people around me, if they just eat, you know, meats and things of that nature, and they like, oh, this is how I'm serving you. Like, you know, it's just like, okay, if my cup was not filled how it was, I would be eating stuff I'm not supposed to be eating, because that's how people serve nowadays. You know, meat, fast food, stuff like that. But when we get comfortable and confident in ourselves enough to know, I'm able to provide for myself, I can make my own damn food. You feel me? So it's like, oh, all you serve is meat over here? Okay, cool. I just go back home to my own place and make my own food that's meatless, you know? It's something like that, Aries. But I will say, it takes a very strong will to turn down what's being served, even if it's from the people you love. It takes a very specific level of self-restraint to not tolerate what people are giving you and when you don't like it. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy getting away from people that you love when you know their energy is not right. It is hard. But after a while of at least practicing it, Aries, to where each time it's an argument, you don't argue back, you just stop talking and you just go to yourself until they can get right. It's kind of like, I'm not going to allow you to penetrate my aura no more. I'm not going to allow you to disturb the water that's inside of me. Something I learned, our bodies is made up of what, like 80-90% of water. And it's just like, I'm not going to allow anything or anybody to disturb what's inside of me. I would much rather go on my own little boat and sail in my own little waters by myself peacefully than to be around people who ruffle my waters up. And with this 5 of Swords, I always get irritated looking at this smirk on his face. Aries, you could actually be around people on your job. I don't know if this relationship or marriage, but around people who it's like they get a kick out of seeing you cry. They get a kick out of seeing you riled up, anxious, irritated. You know, there are people out there like that in this world. And those are actually called narcissists. You know, so it's just like, oh wow, I can make you feel an emotion. I must be powerful. You know, and it's just like when you do take your power back, and it's not so much as that you stop caring, but when you stop allowing other people to ruffle your feathers, that would basically like nip that whole situation in the bud. And I can speak from experience, Aries. When a person is no longer able to get a reaction out of you, they probably would stop dealing with you. Okay, that's a heads up that I give y'all for a small portion of you. Okay, yeah, because most relationships, I found out that actually comes from an insecurity, you know, to where it's actually an unhealthy form of love, and where it's just like, oh wow, I got the power to make you cry. I got the power to make you insecure. Oh, wow. You throwing stuff across the room. That means you must love me. I can make you right. Like, some people genuinely do get a kick out of that, Aries. Like, genuinely. And that don't make them bad people, but that it actually indicates a very unhealthy attachment. It's very unhealthy. You know, and it's like it will be up to you to heal yourself in this connection or in this relationship or on your job to where you don't allow it to penetrate your aura. But I will say also, there's another quote that I learned a long time ago. You know, we can't heal in the same environment that made us sick. That's like expecting a drug addict to recover from drugs around a bunch of drug addicts and around a bunch of drugs, Aries. Okay? So I'm seeing here in this reading, y'all gonna have to make a decision. Okay? There's some sacrifices. And if y'all need to check out my video that I recently uploaded, I think it's called We Gotta Make Space for These New Year's Blessings, y'all. Y'all can check that video out, okay? And it goes into further details with this, okay? But I would just say listen to how you feel. Trust your emotions. Your emotions are like your moral compass. So if you do something and something's inside of you, it's just like, oh, this don't feel right. It probably ain't, Aries. It probably ain't, you know? But it's just up to us to learn how to listen to those emotions. When there's waves in the water, that means something has poked the water. There's a type of wind that has been blown. Something is causing this, Aries. Something is causing these turbulent waters, and it will be up to you guys to identify where this source of wind is coming from and to take action on what you need to do to not allow it to ripple your waters like that, okay? All right. But yeah, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. I love y'all so much. I hope this was pretty good food for thought for you guys. And yeah, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Until next time, toodles!